If you have a Scion and it is giving that as you're going down the road, and if you turn real one way, it kind of goes away. If you turn real sharp on the other way, it's back again. It's most likely going to be your wheel bearing. Now this one I've replaced already. There'll be a different video for that. But unfortunately, I said pressed because on these vehicles, the wheel bearing is literally pushed into the hub, and you're going to have a press or somebody with a pretty big press to do that. Now, that means this thing has to come all apart. So we're going to have to take the brake caliper off, the disc brake rotor off, going to have to take this outer tie rod off. Then we're going to have to break the steering knuckle to strut bolts and then push this out of the way. Take the CV axle and push it out. It sounds like a lot, and it is, but I know you can do it, and I'm going to show you how. If you've been watching for a while, you have seen me take the calipers off of this at least a dozen times. So I'm going to zip through this really quickly. Main thing you need to know is a 14mm socket to get the caliper bolts off. The best thing to do is to tie this up here, just kind of keep it from falling. You don't want to damage the brake line. I need to get something to tie that off with. Just keep it from falling. That's the main thing you want to do. Of course, if you're under here, you got your head under there, you don't want that thing falling on you anyway. Take the brake pads off. And then we got to take these two caliper mounting bolts off on the back, and I believe they're 18s or 19s. Let me see. And that is most likely is a 17. Let me see. Yes, it is a 17. Now I'm going to use my impact wrench to take this off. Tight little fit in here. May have to use an extension. Let's see. Nope, don't have to use an extension. It's just tight. Okay, caliper mounting bracket is off, and then the rotor comes off. So make sure you keep everything organized. All right, now let's go ahead and take this aggravating outer tie rod off. And it's only aggravating because I'm trying to save it. I don't want to bust it all up, so I'm going to have to beat it off with a hammer. I don't have a tool that takes it off a lot easier than that without destroying it. So you're going to want to take this pin off, lay it to the side, and then we're going to remove this castle nut. And I believe that one is a 17 as well. Yep. Okay, that's off. Make sure you don't lose that. Now, the best way is to take a big hammer, hit it right about there. You want to hit it, and what you're going to do, you're going to cause a vibration in there to break it. Actually, not there. You're going to hit it right here on top. Hit it hard enough times, it will pop out. There, just like that. And so even though it's greasy, it's not ripped, and this is saved. I'm not going to have to replace that. So lay that to the side. Now there's a anti-lock brake sensor right here that I'm going to have to eventually remove. It takes a 10mm nut bolt right here. Let's see. There it is. Takes a 10mm. And then these are 19s. And then this big bad mamma jamma. We're going to deal with that in a little bit. So let's go ahead and take the rest of this off. I'm going to go ahead and remove this big nut right here. Now it is a 30 millimeter, and you're going to need one that has all of these. It's just like this. I think it's a 12 point. You're going to need that to get on this real good. Sell it at your local order store, or you can order it online. Now this is going to be a little difficult because right over here, it's kind of a safety. It is punched in right there. Now you can take it off if you just keep, you know, using this impact wrench should come off. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to deal with that. But let's see if we can just force it off of there. Yay, it came off. Now you're supposed to replace these. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to put it back on there. Okay, now you can replace it if you want. I'm not telling you not to, but I'm not going to do it. It's going to come off in a few weeks anyway because I got to change out the lower control arms, and I'm not doing that tonight. So right here, just going to want to tap this back. It's already loose. So just be careful when you tap it that you don't actually hit the threads on there. Okay, that's going to come off when I take these two bolts. Now these are 19 millimeters. So I'm going to use my impact wrench again. And then I'm going to take another 19 and put it on the back side here. And let's zip these things off. Well, where did it go? Right there. Okay. Here we go. One. And then number two. And then I'm going to see if these would just tap out. So be careful when you hit these on more up the threads on it. That one came out real easy. Okay. Now this is going to come forward. Just like that. Now I'm going to push the CV axle back. It may be a little difficult because it seems like they get difficult. Yeah, I'm going to have to tap. I'm going to have to persuade it to go back. Let's see what I got. Let me go get a big extension socket. You can just lay that down. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay, got one more to take off. I'm going to take this, well, it's not really a cotter pin that I put on here. Just had some wire. I suggest a cotter pin, but, you know, something to keep it from rolling back. Now that's going to be, I believe that's an 18 as well. 17, where is my socket? I think it is an 18. So that was 17. No, it's a 19. Okay, we'll go with that. To reach it, I'm going to have to use this. Kind of go at the side here and zip it off. Okay. And let's see if it's going to come loose. Nope. Okay. Where's my hammer? Same thing we did on the outer tie rod. We're gonna just persuade it. There. Now, why am I replacing this? Come close and you can hear it. Hear that? Doesn't sound real bad right now. I mean, to an average person, you kind of hear it. But when there's weight on this, it is roaring. And so that is very bad. So I'm going to put the replacement one, and it's basically everything we did, but just backwards. While you're here, just check all your stuff here. Make sure everything looks good. This one looks good. And let's just replace it. Now listen to this one. You can't hear it. It's that quiet. Okay. Just reverse of what we did. So let's do this one first. And no tapping it. Just put your castle nut in the reverse order. So let me get my impact wrench. Okay, and then got a cotter pin somewhere. Yeah, I know where they're at. Let me go get one. Got my safety wire or cotter pin preferably, but don't have one right now. So this will do. You just don't want this backing out. You want something to stop it. And I'm going to go and put this back up in here. Where's my bolts? Kind of move this around so it lines up and then push it through. Okay. Put your... Now you can look up the torque on this. I have a torque setting. Some of you are going to rip me for this, but that's okay. It's as far as this thing will go. Where is my other socket? Okay, here we go. There. That's installed. Now, don't forget to put your ABS sensor in here. So back out that 10mm. Slide it in there. Just it falls right in there. And then don't forget to tighten your number 10 bolt down. Not too tight. It's plastic. So you just want it snug. Okay. Oh no. I've done this 1,000 times. I'm gonna have to take these off again. Why? Forgot to put the CV axle in. See, you're not the only one who messes up. All right, so let me zip these off again. All right, sliding this back in, I just lined it up, pushed it in, like that. And you can go ahead and just take your 12-point nut and just, go ahead and put it on there so it doesn't, slide all the way back out. Just got to get it started. Okay. All right, and then this, we just redo this again. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggles. Okay, nuts. I've done that so many times. Just, I know got to do it, but I'm just get going and forget. Oh, before I get any further, I'm going to tell you why I do not have the dust plate. Because they get bent out of shape so much, and I just decided that I don't want a dust plate there. Look at here. Plus, you have to take it off whenever you replace this, and it just gets in the way. This one has been is all beat up and it's been making noise, just that high pitch, just squeal on it, So I'm gonna just do without it. So I guess to throw these 10mm bolts in my little bolt pile, so I'll have some more. Okay, let's put this thing back in. Okay. Hey, I just went as far as it would go, and it lined right back up like it was before. So, it's as tight as I'm going to get it on there. There is a torque for it. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Now, time for your outer tie rod. So you're going to have to move it around a little bit to line it up. Let's try that again. We're almost done. After this, just got to put the brake caliper back on. And where is it? Oh, I put it on there already. Hold on 1 second. Now. Okay, now the tricky thing with this one is you're going to want to get it as tight as you can get it on there, but then also line up the castle to where you can get to that little hole in there so you can put the cotter pin in. So I'm going to go a little bit more. That might do. This one's a little bent up. Maybe I can go on this side. Sometimes it's just a little aggravated and get in on one end. See if I can tap it through. Yes. And then bend it. There. Now that keeps that cotter pin, that castle nut from backing out if it did. And so that's there, the bolt joint's on, outer tie rod, speed sensor. And now just got to put the disc brakes back on, and then this will be done. Perfect. All right, take time to take it down, and oh, I gotta jack it up a little bit. Take the safety jacks out, and then get the jack out there, and this thing be ready to go. By the way, told you you can do this. Mailman Mechanic, see you at the mailbox.